Posterity, the podcast with Aaron-Michael Fox and Eric Crusan is starting now.
You're listening to For Posterity, the podcast, episode 7 with Aaron-Michael Fox and Eric Crusan. I am Aaron-Michael Fox. With me is
Eric Crusan.
Why do I have to gesture to you?
Why do I have to say my name? Oh, wait, because you don't know how to say my name. That's right. I forgot I was now in charge of saying my name.
This isn't a visual medium, Eric. We need to remind first-time listeners who is Aaron-Michael Fox and who is Eric Crusan by our voices, is the idea.
All right.
I'm Aaron-Michael Fox.
I'm Eric Crusan.
And you're listening to For Posterity, the podcast.
Now everybody feels like we're going to try to sell them something. Oh, what did I get myself into? I better stop.
I don't think anybody can take this serious with the truck driving through. Like, this, I mean, again, for now, longer-term listeners of our previous 6 episodes, yes, we are recording this over top of a factory in downtown Huntington. So all of the background noise that you hear is real. We haven't
Why
added.
would we edit bad background noise into our show? Like, you don't have to tell them it's real.
We didn't, in case there's some.
We went out of our way to make sure this one was extra shitty. There's horns and a Harley Davidson later on. Stay tuned for that.
I'm sure there's some internet nerd out there that's convinced that we've downloaded some kind of city noise sound for the background to make this more sophisticated or something.
Yeah, to go with our whiskey pouring.
I don't know how air brakes and rednecks yelling at each other makes anything more sophisticated. But
West Virginia, it's classy.
We are the cultural hub of the tri-state, downtown Huntington. I was going to say West Virginia, cultural hub of West Virginia, but I know that'll get some angry comments. Or actually, maybe it won't. Nobody's commenting on shit so far.
Yeah, I get all kinds of messages telling me about the show and everything, but nobody ever leaves comments.
All right, well, fine. We'll say it. Huntington is the cultural hub of West Virginia.
So take that, rest of West Virginia.
So,
put that in whatever you're smoking.
Yeah.
Smoke it some more.
Take that. For Posterity, the podcast is brought to you by Gary Menke Entertainment and Travel Associates. Comics! Are you making 15% more than you think you should for the exact amount of work that you would be doing otherwise? Gary Menke might be for you. Gary Menke Entertainment and Travel Associates can take care of all of that work that you don't do and can take care of none of the work that you do while at the same time taking 15% of your total profits. Gary Menke Entertainment and Travel Associates could be for you. Comics.
I can already hear the hateful voicemail. Damn it, Aaron-Michael.
Okay. I was having my thinking shower earlier.
Did you have a separate shower for thinking and a separate one for watching, or do you
multitask? No, it's the same. It's the same shower. But that seems to be where I get my good thinking done. I don't know what it is. I mean, fans of my stand-up know I've talked a lot about the shower and time spent in the shower. It's
a lot of people do to hit puberty.
I mean,
you discovered something amazing, haven't you?
I mean, honestly, not to go too far off on it though, but I think it's something we don't think about much. Like, it's a relatively recent invention, like the shower. To just, I mean, you can instantly more or less change your body temperature, like I feel like I need a hot, steamy moment to turn it up. Oh wow, too hot. I need to cool down. Damn, I'm sweating. You got.
That just sounds like bad decision making. Anyway, sorry.
That's where I expected you to go. So you're crazy, right?
That's a given.
That's the moment I expected. But no, that's where I get my good thinking done. And we're recording a podcast here, right?
Yeah.
We can hear that.
No, they can, but now they'll be able to.
They can hear that. I don't understand. Like, if you're not jumping cars on the weekend, why do you need a truck that big?
Like, trucks are fine. I understand people need trucks, they're useful. But I don't want a truck that makes it more difficult for me to move things.
Why would you want something that makes it more difficult to use it as a truck? I just saw this one the other day that was jacked up so high. I told you this. It had like a 2-foot bar coming off the trailer hitch to bring it back down to a usable trailer hitch height. All right. I mean, as Drew Carey said, why make the money if you can't enjoy spending it, I guess. But it just doesn't seem, there's no practical purpose to me.
There'd be better stuff you can spend your money on.
Clearly. All right, so, like I was saying, I was having my thinking shower, and I epiphanized, I guess. I'm going to say everybody knows from the beginning I've been a staunchly anti-Donald Trump for president. Last night, Donald Trump was on the new Colbert Show, the Late Show with Colbert, whatever. And I've got to say, at the moment, I'm no longer opposed to Donald Trump being president. I'm actually looking forward to Donald Trump. I didn't see
it, so you're going to have to explain yourself on this one.
Well, basically, I mean, on Colbert, he put on a good show. This is more or less the moment we've all dreaded. That, like, any rational thinking person looks at Donald Trump and goes, you didn't make that kind of money. Yeah, you started out with a good little bit of money, but you turned it into a lot more money. You didn't turn it into that much money acting the way that he's been acting on these political speeches. That's not. He's made deals with Chinese. He's made deals with Latinos. This is not the way that he's acting in those situations.
That's what pisses me off about Trump being able to do what he can do. Because when Obama did this and went on talk shows and stuff like that,
right?
Then he was too busy being a celebrity. Mm-hmm. But it's okay for Donald Trump's dumbass.
No, everybody still hates that. I'm saying the same people that disliked that. I mean, because the reason Trump is popular is because he's a reality show star. He's bringing celebrity status to it. He's making a show out of this, but he's got the money to back it up. And that basically brings me to my point, more or less, why I'm looking forward to the Trump presidency. Is not because I think he's going to be a good president. I think he's going to be a god-awful president. So what I'm saying is, at least with Donald Trump at the helm, it will be sort of like Rome in the days of Nero.
Oh my God, how did I know you were fucking going back to Rome with this? What the fuck is up with you in Rome?
It must have sucked.
It was all the Aztecs,
it would have been.
It was all the Aztecs and the Titans. You can't stop going back to Rome.
It's gonna suck, but it's got to be incredibly entertaining.
There's nothing entertaining about a bunch of Aztecs. Not sure what you're into, what you think about when you take a shower, but Somehow it leads to Rome.
I'm still trying to stay out of the butt sex angle, but you're hanging on like a turd that won't flush, I guess. But my point is, if we're marching toward oblivion, like I personally think that we are, I think the sun is set on the American Empire. If we're marching toward oblivion, it might as well be entertaining. And frankly, of the field for president so far, Donald Trump is the vastly most entertaining.
Is that what we're looking for in a leader these days?
If we're marching toward oblivion, I think so.
And we are, because
I want somebody who's going to laugh while the country burns.
America is going to fail anyway.
Well, no, I'm saying it already has.
Not yet. It's on its way.
No, we've peaked.
That doesn't. Yeah, but it's not done yet. It's getting there. And the only reason I say that is because.
Oh, so we're down. We're down 30 points at halftime, and there's no chance of coming back. But we can't say that it's over yet.
Well, no, that's completely different.
I'll concede. Okay, we got to run out the clock, I guess.
I forgot what I was going to say. You completely went off into some football thing that's completely irrelevant to what we were talking about. Oh, wait, I remember. I'm sorry. Get your finger away from the button. The only reason that I say that America is going to fail is because it didn't have the right to be in the first place. So there's only so long it could go because it had no right to be in the first place.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
What do you mean no?
I'm going to need further clarification on that.
It wasn't...
You can't make a statement like that and then expect me to go, oh, yeah,
but you can't come to a place where there's already people.
Why not?
And say, this is ours now.
Why not? White people have been doing it for millennia.
And look at America.
It's worked in every other continent. It's where we left the brown people that things have went south.
Wow. All right. Let's get into that. I'm gonna need some more notes on that one. Tell me more about these brown people that ruin things.
No, it was the white people that ruined things, but we left brown people there to document the fact that we did it.
Oh, well, that's going to happen anyway. You can't leave a black person anywhere without them being stenographers. Like, if you're ever at a crime scene, there's always, if you find one black person, they'll tell you in detail everything that happened.
If it was a white guy that was the perpetrator.
Oh,
if
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a white guy asking the question, no.
Yeah, it can't be about like a... That's... It sounds so racist, but it's not, because I've seen it happen, so it's true.
Did Tito shoot Taquan?
Now you're making it racist. Because I know just as many... I know a Thomas, for crying out loud, that is black. I know a lot of black people with regular white people names. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do.
Regular white people names.
Regular Thomas is a regular white person name. Chad is a white person name. You said Taquan or some kind of...
Taquan's fresh on my name because Taquan Lang is our new star defensive player at Marshall. Everything, I'm sorry, that's my reference point.
It's either Rome or football.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a lot of man-on-man action.
It is. I'll admit to that. And a lot of spandex and tight pants and guys bending over. And frankly, whoever came up with the whole snap situation, that the only way to start the play is for you to bend over, and for me to bend over behind you and grab the ball from between your legs. That's the only possible way that we could start the play.
Well, yeah.
I'd really like to have been around for that meeting where that was first presented. Like, how was that drawn up on the board as a rule?
Hey, here's the legs here. Those are legs. Now what you want to do, you see that bulge between it looks like the M part of the legs? It's not an M. That's the nutsack. Now, what I want you to do is take the top knuckles of your hand and brush them ever so lightly against the bottom of the nutsack, and hold it there until you feel another ball that isn't the balls on the top of your hand, a bigger ball. As soon as that hits your hand, I want you to pull up and away and run.
Now, what I would like to know, Mr. Football Strategist person, as another football person myself, is this the only way that we can conceive? Like, for instance, maybe we just start from a standing position and I hand the ball.
Well, no, because then the defense can see what you're doing. You can't just stand up and be like, oh, by the way, you see this guy here to my right that I'm clearly turning and handing the ball to? That's what's happening. It has to be a secret, just like all secrets. If somebody's touching your ball, 90% of the time it's supposed to be a secret. I don't care what they told you in Catholic school. If somebody's touching your ball, actually, it's exactly what they tell you in Catholic school. Shh. Go with it. It's for the best for everybody if they don't know what's going on. We can get one past them if they never catch on to the fact that I'm touching your balls every play with my top knuckles.
Like, I can tell you immediately, like, my football quarterbacking career would have been over. Like, it's aside from my complete lack of athletic ability in said regard, it would have been over immediately at that point where I start going, no, I read in a book that we can actually not do it this way. Something about a long snap. I want to play from the shotgun. All snaps are from the shotgun position whenever I'm in the game.
Aaron-Michael, that's illogical.
I want at least 5 to 7 yards between me and the guy whose nuts are holding the ball. I would like a 5 to 7 yard buffer zone if I'm on the field. Thank you.
And that's why you don't play football.
That's why.
You got to be able to take one for the team. You have to be comfortable with ball skins. Draped over your head. Just draped over your wrist like a watch that's too big. It just kind of hangs off the sides.
Like until you've been diving for a fumble, and somebody from the other team tries to shove their thumb up your ass to make you let go of it. You're not really a man, son.
Oh, see, again, I don't know where you played.
This is like, that's a real thing. I never played football. That's a real thing, and like that's like that was a citable example.
That's not a real thing.
Yes, that is absolutely like a thing that happens. It's even, you don't watch Ballers, but it's even, according to The Rock, it happened to him in Ballers.
Okay, well, I don't have a hard time believing that The Rock had a finger up his ass one time. Like, I could totally grasp that in my head.
But that was a common go-to for us in marching band in high school. Whenever the football team would call us gay for being in the marching band, we would respond with, "You're on the field grabbing other dudes around God knows what part and changing in the locker room with all dudes and whatnot. I'm changing on the bus with the dance team, and I'm the gay one."
Well, yeah, because you're in band. That's not a manly thing to do.
Clearly, the American Pie situation we had going on the band bus. The football team, I'm going to go with more gay.
Always.
Okay, so I peed on myself yesterday.
You can't just start a segment like that. What kind of way is that to start any segment of anything? Unless you're at a nursing home and you're telling your son So I peed on myself yesterday, and once again they didn't do shit. Like there's no reason for you to start any segment like that. But since you did, what happened?
Yeah. It's part of my one of my paranoias.
What?
Is dribblage, basically. That like I've got this constant fear that like after I'm done taking a piss, like it always like, oh wait, not quite done yet. Like, you know, go to put it away, and then like, oh wait, no, and then there's like another little bloop.
Sounds to me like you're due for a finger in your ass. Like that has prostate written all over it.
According to you, I have that on my mind all the time.
Rome aside, this sounds like something you actually need to have done.
No, just dribblage. Just once you go nose down, gravity takes that last little bit out.
That's what shaking is for.
Apparently, it's not like so that's what I'm saying. My fear is 90% of the time I've got it, but that other 10%.
That's an actual fear that you have.
Yeah, that other 10%.
All the things that are wrong in the world, and you're worried that a couple of drops of piss might be in your underwear at the end of the day.
No. What I'm saying is that I'm comfortable with that. Not comfortable, but I mean I've accepted that 10% that the boxers
10%?
are gonna take care of. If it's 90%, then that leaves 10%.
Do you piss yourself? 10% is pissing yourself.
Not 10% of the piss. I'm saying 10% of the time. Shaking doesn't quite get the job done. So,
side note, sorry. This is something my mom used to say to me all the time, and she would yell this into the bathroom when I was taking too long. If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
I know that one from fraternity days, though.
That never made sense to me. At the time. Now it makes complete sense. And I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm totally playing with it. Shaking will come in a little bit.
But no, what I'm saying, where the paranoia comes in is, like, what if I'm in public during the 10% where the shaking doesn't take care of it?
Does it show? Is it that bad?
Well, but that's the paranoia is what happens, like, if the boxers don't take care of it.
So you're just constantly walking around looking at your crotch like, I hope nobody else can see this.
I mean, I'm not constantly dribbling on myself, but
10% of the time you're dribbling.
Yeah, 10% of the time. But no, what happened yesterday was I got a pair of boxers that the button pulled off of, and the fly won't stay closed.
I can wear those.
So, well, it's
so annoying.
It was a laundry situation, and it was an issue. I'm going to be like, I mean, well, shoot, that's what I'm saying. You're going to hear it. It was one of those 10% times where once gravity took effect, there was some dribblage, and the fly being open on the boxers meant I had no buffer zone, so it was just straight to shorts. And I'm wearing soccer shorts, which are, I mean, I might as well be wearing swim shorts. Like, it, like, drastically exemplified, and this is, like, in public, I should say. Like, this is at the therapist's office. So I've got, like, 5 minutes before I've got to go into therapy. So I went...
None of you are surprised he's in therapy, right? Just to be sure. Click like if you're not surprised Aaron-Michael Fox was in therapy. Okay, go ahead. That's how you get that out there. Try to get some likes on this shit. Because everybody knows you're in therapy.
So... So yeah, I opted to walk straight through the lobby, out in front of the building, and have my water bottle with me. So I've got a fake splatter water out of my water bottle, and then spill some water down the side of the bottle, and then like mash it into my lap to make like the round bottle bottom.
That's very elaborate.
So that I can realistically claimed
Because
by
somebody was
therapists.
going to ask you, hey,
I'm
why do you piss in circles on your inner thigh?
I'm walking straight into my
How
therapist's
do you
office.
piss in complete perfect circles on your inner thigh, sir? Please explain that to us.
Like, I knew there was no way, like therapy or not therapy, there was no way I was going to be able to sit in a closed room with somebody and go, that's.
But
that's
they wouldn't have
piss on
said
my leg.
anything.
It was like I'm saying. It was noticeably obvious. I mean, like the color of the shorts drops 25 Pantone colors when it's wet. That's for all you graphic designers out there. Pantone reference. But like
All two of you.
nobody. I'm less than two actually listening to this podcast, but nobody was missing the wet mark down my left inner thigh. So there was no way I was. I mean, as close as I am to you right now, sitting for an hour in the closed room, just looking at each other, going, "Yeah, we both know that's piss on my leg."
So
right?
in your head, what you're saying is, in your head, everybody is just constantly staring at your crotch?
If it looks like I just pissed on myself, then yeah.
But it doesn't, because you have a circle. Like nobody pisses in a perfect circle. Like
That's why I added the bottle mark.
but nobody was going to ask you anyway.
They absolutely they
No,
would've
that's
thought
happened
it.
before. You've had
They
that happen
would've-
before. So like, hey buddy, you.
I
pissed
would have
on-
said it.
Hey buddy, did you piss on yourself? Like, how do you approach somebody that you think might have peed on?
I would have
themselves?
said it just by not saying it if I had to. Just really, that's hard.
No, because then they just think you're gay because you stare at their crotch and you do your eyebrows all weird and shit, and they're like, oh, he's hitting on me.
But you just pissed on yourself, and you're gonna know that you just pissed on yourself. This guy's not checking me out. This guy notices the fact that I pissed on myself.
In your head. But he's like, oh my god, this guy just monster cocked a fucking perfect circle piss stain. I need to get with him immediately.
All right, we had material to talk about that we were just discussing for how to work and how to phrase into the podcast. But Eric had a tweet to send instead of write it down,
I was listening.
so it's lost now.
I was listening. I thought I had it. I thought I could tweet and listen to what you were saying.
But you did not have it.
No, and that's my
And that's
fault.
and I was thinking to myself, like, as I was saying this out loud, I'm watching you typing, going, this is all gone.
And at
This
that
is
point,
all
why
lost.
didn't you say, oh, I should probably hold on for a second?
Because I knew if I stopped, I would lose it. And
So why is it on me? How is it my responsibility to pick up the slack on your
if I
thoughts?
kept talking, maybe at some point I'm going to catch Eric's attention, or he's going to realize, oh, Aaron-Michael's talking. Maybe I should pay attention
Is that my
instead of
fault?
sending my freaking tweet.
Is that my fault that you sound
Yes.
so monotone and
Oh my God!
like you just trail off into fucking Rome for
Oh
no
my
reason?
God.
And then it's my fault that I don't stay on track with what you're saying?
Serious? Are you serious? Like, that was an entertaining friggin' story that I was
No. And
whatever
anybody-
I was saying was entertaining. Is what it was podcast worthy, damn it.
to
Is
you,
what I'm saying.
to you, it was podcast worthy. But you'll watch History Channel documentaries. That doesn't mean that you should necessarily do that.
7 episodes deep, Eric decides what Aaron-Michael has to say isn't interesting.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm pretty sure
Why
that's
are you-
exactly what you just said.
Why are you making it into
I'm
a
pretty
thing?
sure. Do we need to back this up?
It's not a thing.
Because apparently that's the only way we can continue to have a conversation anymore is when it's recorded and we can go back and listen to the stenographer to find out how the hell we
If
got
you're
here.
just listening in to episode 7, we've been married for like 60 years.
If you're just listening to number 7, go back and listen to the first 6 because none of this is going to make any sense.
I don't understand what you're so upset about.
I'm not upset, except for the fact that because we had this.
Because I sent a tweet and you said something that not even you found interesting enough to remember.
No,
so you put it off on me.
It was a full story that I knew was going to be lost if I didn't get it said. And you, of all people, should understand the concept of a lost story.
You know how many lost stories I have?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You have probably more lost stories than anybody that I know because of your outright refusal to write anything down.
I don't have time to do that.
I
don't have time to write down every stupid, ridiculous thought that I have.
You're a comic. But
that's all I do.
That's it.
But nobody's going to pay me to stand around their establishment and write down my thoughts when I should be helping customers.
You've got to write something to talk about.
And I do that.
It's called writing material.
You've seen my notes.
Other comics have done this before, believe it or not.
Do I need to read
generations of comics?
Do I need to reread you the notes?
All right. Let's do it.
All right. This is what happens when I
queue up.
This is what happens.
Queue up Eric's notes.
This is what happens when I take your advice and try to write down thoughts to come back to later.
Don't try to put my name on it just because you don't know how to do it.
No, this is what you said to do.
Don't say this is Aaron-Michael's technique for writing down notes.
This is what you said for me to do, is to write down thoughts when I have them.
This is Aaron-Michael's advice filtered through Carl Pilkington here.
This is one of my notes, verbatim.
Oh, Jesus.
Scientists use cadavers to locate G-spot. Sorry, Grandma.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't. I know at one point there was a joke to that, but I have no idea what that joke is. The note itself suggests a hilarious joke. However, it couldn't have been that good because I did not remember when I went back to my notes, as told I should. You know, if you have a thought, write it down and then go back to it later when you have time, which I did, and I found the note. Scientists use cadavers to locate G-spot. Sorry, Grandma, and I have no idea where I went with that. But it was enough for me to write it down.
Yeah, see, I think you're missing part of this. I mean that both figuratively and literally. That you need to write enough of it for it to make sense to you later.
And at the time, I thought I did. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the time, that was funny enough. At the time,
the second point is you shouldn't write when you're drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk.
That's not a sober thought.
That is not a sober regular thought.
So you know you're crazy then, right?
Absolutely. But I have no way to document that and express it to the world.
I think we just figured that out. I think we found a way.
I have no way to document this crazy. I've tried, and I did everything that people suggested I do.
Well, we should start a podcast. Oh, wait. We're 7 episodes deep on that one. 6.5.
And I still don't know what that means. Like, I have racist automated drive-through as one of my notes, and I have no idea what that means.
That's all you said? Racist automated drive-through?
Yes, because at the time it was funny enough that I was like, that's all I need to remember what happened.
Well, can you give me any, what do you remember what was going on at least at that point?
No.
Yeah, that's not a sober person thought.
That is. I was very sober, actually.
How are you sober and write that down and you don't remember where you were when you wrote it?
I remember where I was.
Okay, where were you?
I was in Ironton.
You were in Ironton. And what was the note?
Wendy's. We was at Wendy's, actually.
Okay, you're at the Ironton Wendy's, and what was the note? You've already closed the thing down. Damn it.
It was racist automated drive-thru.
Racist automated drive-thru.
Yes.
Okay, so does the Ironton Wendy's have an automated drive-thru?
No. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to my thought process.
Was the clerk at Wendy's racist and
no, she was very nice. Clearly on Oxycontin, but very nice. It was all in very slow motion. Do you need any kind of sauce with the chicken that you clearly want it because you're black? Like,
she can't see that through the drive-thru.
She wasn't racist at all.
She can't see that through the... Come on.
And I don't... That's what I'm saying. I don't know where it came from. Like, I just know it was funny at the time. And I wasn't messed up at all. Like, I wasn't drunk or anything. And the person, I was with two other people, and it was just, all right. And I thought, oh, I should write this down. That's actually pretty good. And that's all I put, because off of the strength of that, I thought I could remember everything that happened. And I can't remember anything that happened.
Okay, now, the fact that the chicken thing, and I wasn't really listening, we'll have to go back and listen again to hear what you actually said.
Was it that boring? Did I do you?
Yeah, you did me. Did you think that at the time about the chicken? Was that the racist thought?
It might have been, but that's a little.
Did you think maybe in the future we'll reach a point where you pull up to the drive-thru and it's automated?
It's like, oh, you sound black.
Oh, you want some chicken?
You sound black. May I recommend the number 3? Like,
would you like the boneless or the regular? That's the only question you're asked.
Would you like hot sauce?
You just pull up and it asks ranch or blue cheese.
Oh. We couldn't help but notice by your... We couldn't help but notice because of your cadence and tone that you may be black. Would you be interested in the number 3? Was hot sauce?
Wait, we know you want hot sauce.
We're sorry, we are out of cornbread.
No, we know we're not a Wendy's. They don't serve cornbread, right?
That would be the best thing ever. Wow. How come that's not a thing? Like, why haven't I seen a commercial that was like, come to McDonald's for our cornbread. McCornbread. Like, you can... They got McRibs. They got fucking pulled pork. Where's the McCornbread? I want some McCornbread to go with my fucking McBeans and rice.
That would go perfectly with the hip-hop McDonald's commercials. Because you know they got the white people commercials and then the black people.
Yeah, if you ever watch BET.
I would love the hip-hop black people McDonald's commercial. For come on, get it. Come here, get your McRib, McPork, and your McCornbread.
Okay, seriously. And I'm asking you this. Clearly because you're white. How do you market cornbread to white people?
White people like cornbread.
As much as black people do?
Yeah.
Like, black people fucking love cornbread.
It comes with the pinto beans and onions with white people.
Really?
Yeah. Pinto beans and cornbread. That's as white as it gets, man. That's like straight up like poor white people cornbread.
Pinto beans and cornbread, so I have nothing to say to that.
So, all right. That's just a poor people. Poor American food.